Hello, everybody. How are we all doing? Welcome in to the stream. I hope you're all having a good day. Zach, Joji, Kai in the Sky, Marston, congrats on being first in chat. Spinny, how are you doing? Emma, JPX, Tarnu, Living Life. I love to hear that. Guys, we are going to be doing something absolutely crazy in a minute here. We are going to be doing customs in the finals with Ape Squad org. If you guys don't know Ape Squad, guys, they're like one of the premier leagues in all of the finals. All right. The finals indeed, Joji. And guess what? You guys, yes, I'm speaking to you in particular. You can play. And we will all have a good time. And when I say we, I do indeed include you in that statement. So guys, we're going to be jumping in like pretty much right away on these games. I already have the request from Ape Squad to set up the stream together. Thank you so much, Big Chungus and Rune, with those subs. I appreciate that. Tier 1 for
I'm sure you'll find a use for that.
Rune for priming for 8. My god. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate
Do
it.
you have the stream up?
Pretty good.
What? Curious. Do you have the stream up?
I do.
I'm not. Since Soya's doing the.
Hello,
looks good.
everybody. Halo with a tier 1 as well for 55
Damn.
whole months.
together.
Absolutely
It's
absurd.
You finally got. I don't know. I felt like for a long stretch of time the Ape Squad Twitch.
I'm
channel,
gonna have
the audio
to,
was so quiet, but it's cranked now.
You can
I
probably
guess
hear them
that
in
now.
Discord, guys. We're getting ready
Really?
for games.
That's good.
Is there a voice chat for the
Yeah, it
customs?
was the most bizarre thing. I felt
I don't think so. Not right now. But you can use, of course, in-game chat. What to be for doing, Boot Knife? We're about to do customs with the entire community, okay? Actually, give me one moment. I need to set up my lighting. I completely forgot. Look at that. Little peek behind the curtains, team. I've got to go ahead. I'm going to unmute. You guys are going to hear Justin and my co-caster for tonight, V, and we're going to be playing some games. But don't even worry. I'm here. How are you, Justin?
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I came at the most crucial moment, I know.
Did you hit the share button or whatever?
I did.
on
I
the
see
collab?
I see that we are collabing currently as we speak. Yes.
All right, so
Dude.
we have shared chat, shared viewer. Perfect.
I think so. Yes.
All right, cool.
yo, these numbers are killing me, bro. I don't know where they're pulling these numbers from.
Actually, we might not be shared chat, but we're definitely shared viewership.
Dude,
We should share the
W
chat,
viewers.
sure.
This is how math works, right?
I don't know how to do that. Because I don't think I'm the host either. I think you guys invited me, so you guys are the host. Yeah. No, I did not replace chair, guys. Cheers.
Oh, 0 seconds. I'm ready to go whenever.
I'm also ready to go. I'm ripping and roaring
That's
whenever
fine.
you're ready.
I wanted to get the shared chat thing going.
We can wait. I can keep vamping because everybody here is completely fine with that.
All right, you guys ready to go live? Here we go.
Yeah.
Ready.
Solo caster, Beaver, you're gonna open the show up yourself.
Wow.
Get ready.
Carry us on your back.
Thank you. I will.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Oh dear goodness. Are we ready for some custom games tonight? Guys, welcome in. I am Big Bad Beaver. I'm sure many of you in my chat, you already know me, because if you don't know me, that'd be weird. But everybody on Ape Squad's channel, hello. We're doing a wondrous little collaboration today, doing some amazing custom games. And of course, it's not just me here to cast along and let all of you play in this. I also have my friend V. V, do you want to say hello to everybody in the chat?
I would love to say hello. Welcome aboard, guys. I am so excited to get into these customs. It's going to be a nice, fun night. I'm looking forward to it. We've got a lot of fun things in store. A couple of things that I personally haven't seen before on some of these customs, and I'm looking forward to see how they spice things up, possibly. I'm just looking forward to a good night here, Beaver. How are you doing?
Very busy, but you know, I had to make some time for these customs today. That's the most important thing of all, is playing with the community. And play with the community we will. Guys, if you are watching right now, these are open to anybody. These are going to be pretty casual. I mean, anybody can hop in, whether you're 0 hours in the game or you're an absolute pro. Feel free to join. We're going to swap teams in and out as we go along tonight, and there might even be some wacky loadouts coming in the mix later on. But for now, we're going to start off with a wondrous cash-out game in Monaco. So I'm going to go ahead and get the code ready for everybody to see. Justin, I don't know how we want to do that. Of course, that's our production lead behind the scenes, guys. If you did not know, Justin. But we're gonna figure that all out in just a second here. V, while I'm getting that ready though, what can you tell us about the finals? I mean, there's so many people here who probably don't even know what this game is, I'm sure.
Yeah, the wide reach of audience of those who don't know. Oh my gosh, the finals. I don't even know how to break open that can of worms. I mean, there's so many different angles that we could take here in talking about the finals. Honestly, I mean, if I'm just gonna kind of flow off the top of my head here, you know, one of the coolest things about the finals that we've got available to us is just that those custom games. You know, they're not fully featured as depending on what your definition of fully featured might be. I mean, they've got just about everything a normal game has, but a normal match of the finals has. But it would be awesome to see maybe in the coming couple seasons in the future to see a little bit more customization available to these custom games. You know, kind of bring some of these. We've seen some pretty interesting community tools to kind of help augment how people choose to engage with these custom games. But it'd be awesome to see them in the game itself and just have like some absurd options, like, you know, even tweaking with the amount of time things are on cooldown and such like that. So you could have your like jump pad gadget up every 2 seconds. I mean, we could be playing the real bunny hop game mode or something crazy like that. That would be absolutely fantastic. It would be so sick to see. But until then, we will have to make sure we enjoy what we've got in front of us here with these wonderful custom games that we will be playing tonight, and of course across all of the customs that you might see throughout each week in the finals. You know, they can range from anywhere from quite competitive to quite not so competitive, very casual. You run some silly weapons and gadgets. There's so many different options just available in front of you. And that's just like the smallest little piece of the finals. Like that was like, you know, if you know the SpongeBob meme of him like biting off the tiniest little bit of the lettuce with his teeth, that's basically what I've just explained there, that getting into with the finals.
Squidward taking a tiny little nibble out of the Krabby Patty.
Yes, exactly.
See, you're speaking my language. I've watched so much SpongeBob, but V, let's get into the real language, and that's the language of the finals, okay? Death, destruction, chaos, that's what we're here for. And we're jumping into the very first game. It's going to be Monaco, standard issue, very sunny, with maybe a couple little aliens appearing at the tail end. We'll see what happens there, of course. But, I mean, Monaco, kind of a rare map to see a little bit in the pro scene of the finals. It's there, but not always often picked. I think a lot of people choose to go for, you know, the more standard stuff like Cis Horizon or Nozomi Citadel. What are your thoughts on Monaco here?
Well, Monaco, as we all might know, is, you know, the oldest map in the game. It's beautiful. I really think it's so sick to, if you are just kind of either as a team wiped or as a spectator, you know, if you go off into the corner of the map as we load in here, you go off into the corner of the map, you can see the actual Monaco itself kind of modeled in the background on the ground while you're playing in this wonderful virtual arena. So it's just a stunning map. I definitely have a lot of problems with the trees and stuff on the corners of the map. It makes it really hard to see and can be really annoying to fight on those cash outs. But towards the center of the map, the buildings, the way that fight breaks out can be pretty fantastic. And if we get to see a little bit of aliens, I'm looking forward to it as our teams finally break into this first vault fight. I'm really looking forward to see these aliens. You know, one of the two in-game casters, if you will, June, always makes that mention of how they don't translate the rules into whatever language they speak. Nice two-piece there, as fragging out. But yeah, not translating the language into whatever language they speak. I just think that's such a comical. That's one of my favorite quotes in the game. I don't know how you feel about it. I don't know how you feel about the aliens, and I don't know how you feel about those shots, Beaver.
I mean, first off, the shots were beautiful. Let's just comment on that really quick. Very nice, surgical even, some might argue. But going back to the aliens really quick, I love the aliens. There's a reason I picked them first. As, though, still on the sniper, still looking for some kills here. But opting to instead focus on the money, running it away, getting back towards the cash out. That's important, okay? Defending the cash out is critical here with their team, the Big Splash.
Yes, defending the cash out is crucial. That is a nice frag there. Nokari is the last member on their team. Trying to get that cleanup, unfortunately, is going to go down to Louis Boulin's throwable. But that was a little bit hairy for our folks on the red team, the pink team, the Kingfish. What do you want to call them tonight, Beaver?
Oh, the Kingfish. I'm pretty standard, but yeah, they're going to be able to wipe out the live wires there. They're going to be able to take the money, get it plugged into the other cash out station. All is right with the world here, but looking back again at, of course, the Big Splash. Wow, activity is going crazy. Already one member of the Boundless gone from that M26 Matter shot, which was absolutely insane to see. They'll have to hope to get the res back up there soon. Meanwhile, though, we do have the Kingfish back in a battle with the live wires again, too, but staying on this fight with the Boundless, of course. Purple team up in the numbers. I mean, look at Tarnu over there. Very low HP. One singular bar. Finally, the res comes in. It's going to be dangerous for them in the moment as the steal attempt is made.
Seal attempt is trying to go through. They have to get off of it, but they do take D-Money Rose down. And now it's just 2 more lights on this triple light team. One thing we haven't even made a note of yet. Az just in there with the sniper rifle, trying to make contact, not able to get enough done, is half HP, has to go for the res. They do get that res up on D-Money or he coined. I'm not entirely sure which, but that is a nice frag with that C4 placed on the box there to get another beautiful shot off. Is going to have to go on that reload. Still trying to look for that final connection. Down goes another, and the Boundless are getting wiped.
No way. Az, oh my gosh, kind of becoming the MVP, the star player for the Big Splash right now. Making waves here in the arena. A lot of ocean waves indeed. They're going to be caught up in that tsunami, and Boundless now has to respawn entirely. But meanwhile, if we take a look at the other side of the map here, of course, it's the Kingfish who are still defending their cash out. And right now, it's Mr. Azuri currently struggling. They do get one elimination, but the health is low there. There's still a lot of danger to be had, and there's a nice kill from Navy Street, the last heavy alive for the live wires, holding on for dear life, but it's not going to be enough. And the Kingfish are going to claim victory in this engagement.
They are going to claim victory, and I believe they're also going to stake their claim here in that $8,000 of that cash out as it's about to finish up here. Just a little bit of stagger on these boxes, which actually might continue to extend itself, but the Kingfish, they're not interested in a stagger. They're interested in money, and they're going to take this fight right to Big Splash. All 3 lights. They do get that plug off, but they immediately get that first frag, which is actually so huge for them. Az has been the hero of our cash out so far. Is he going to be able to continue to push the issue? I don't think he can. This mesh shield is so oppressive, especially if you're a triple light team, but they're also currently occupied by the entirety of the Boundless. That's a nice frag to take Kev SR84. And now it's just Az left to defend a cash out that he doesn't even own anymore.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Boundless looking okay, but the Big Splash kind of floundering in the water here. It's going to be up to the Boundless to get that player back up and running. But the Kingfish, I mean, looking very strong, able to secure that steal. Like you mentioned, they have a little extra cash and they're in control of the round right now. But the Boundless, it looks like they're gearing up for some sort of battle. But the tables have turned as one elimination already comes out. That's an amazing shot from Mr. Azuri again. And the shots just keep coming out. A second elimination, a third, a full team wipe from the Kingfish onto the Boundless.
That is beautiful. Great teamwork and just really great hold there halfway through their cash out. And there is that other cash out underway. A sniper battle. Poe to lose it. However, unfortunate for the live wires. They are going to have to play on the back foot, but I don't even think they care because Nokari is just up in Atom on that Invis light, just taking away 2 members of the Big Splash, taking the third as well. The devastation possible from that light class is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, the lights showing that they are clearly the damage dealers of this match right now. Taking a look back, though, at the Kingfish, I mean, smooth sailing here. They're going to be able to walk away with that cash, and they're going to get a move on to the next cash out, most likely. In a moment here, we're going to be seeing the aliens show up as well. Which, again, we were talking about a moment ago. They could really shift the tides of this battle for sure.
I'm looking forward to seeing those aliens, like I said, but I just want to take a note. I've just been watching this top left here. We got that team wipe, and it looks like the Boundless are actually going to go for a steal attempt here onto the Livewires cash out here. I had it a little bit backwards, but it looks like it's righted itself here as Navy Street does get that frag and secures themselves that box as far as the Boundless wipe is concerned. I'm not sure if anyone else is going to try and push this box. There's not really enough time left on it. And it looks like they're going to secure themselves another cool $12,000. And this game is a little bit close. However, if you're the Boundless, you're having a hard time and a rough day.
Yeah, the Boundless clearly finding that there are, in fact, bounds to their abilities, unfortunately, as they are in last place here, sadly. But as we say that, a little bit of good news. The aliens have arrived, and perhaps maybe they're more interested in peace than violence. That'd be nice.
That certainly would be nice to see if they're interested in helping any of our teams get a couple extra bucks to their name as of course, continuing to be dominant on that sniper rifle. But he does have a little bit of a tough fight in front of him. It is actually Kev SR84, but I guess it's a quick switch right onto Az. Beautiful shots from Louis, just taking away. 2 shots can just destroy a light. These lights are really powerful, but they're so squishy, especially to some of these weapons that are being used from the Kingfish.
Yeah, Louis Boulin, gotta be careful here, of course. One headshot, all could be wrong, but what a grapple from that member, Kev. Still, Louis Boulin is hunting, though. Will Louis Boulin find the kill? No, Louis Boulin does not get the kill, but at least he has a nice Ape Squad keychain on his gun to know that monkeys are friends.
He is just monkeying around, I guess, trying to hit that shot. It was a beautiful first shot. He was looking for that second one, but couldn't connect with it to save his life, even though he didn't even go down in the process of it. And his team is currently still in control of Cash Out B here, that nice 18K. However, steal attempt is coming through. A sniper to sneak by his face, down to 14 HP. Down he goes. And another steal attempt is going to come through Az on half HP. He's going to be going up against Electric, who is nowhere to be seen. It looks like they're going to let him get this box flip because they get that res off onto Mr. Azuri. There's that teleport as the sniper rifle. The hero, can he 1v2? His teammate has a revive coin coming up shortly. Nice, beautiful frag down to 1 bar. He's going to try and sneak out a nice shot. However, it's not able to get a clean enough angle. Pulls him off the box. Beautiful maneuvering. This is so amazing, Beaver.
Oh, this stall is diabolical. It's not going to be enough, though, for the big splash, unfortunately, is right there at the tail end. Their last member coming in to try and give it their all. Unfortunately, Kingfish, they are proving that they are, in fact, the kings in this pond. They are walking away with even more money. But on the other side of the map here, the Boundless currently in control of their own cash out right now. And this is going to be the last little bit of the game. We have 20 seconds left. All eyes are here. And all teams will be converging in a moment because, of course, cash is king here. Maybe the Kingfish, they want a little bit more cash, but the building suddenly coming down to a crumble. If we go free cam here, we can even see just the pure destruction that was caused by the Boundless and the Livewires. We didn't get to see too much of their fight, but in the last few moments, it seems like this is going to be where we leave off. The Boundless going to be walking away with their cash here. Still not going to put them exactly the very tippy top, but they aren't walking away empty-handed, V.
Wow, a clean $24,000 on both third and fourth. Purple were just barely able to sneak their way back into third place, pardon. Even though the Boundless had that whole cash out, Orange had that whole cash out that they ran all the way through. Just enough frags to sneak them past the finish line there. Barely sneaking in third as, of course, 11 and 4. Just dominating that lobby. That is just absolutely incredible.
That was a really good game to start out. I'm going to be honest. I think that was actually really exciting. Again, love to see the Boundless walking away with something there at the tail end. Not walking away with 0 cash, of course. We're going to go ahead, though. We're going to mix up the teams just a little bit here. Okay, we're going to mix them up a little bit. As was too much of a monster. And also some other players on here. So we're going to go ahead, take some tweaks here. V, what map are you feeling as well? Because we can do whatever we want.
What map am I feeling? You know, I spent a lot of time going off of vibes, and I think the vibes are calling me to good old Nozomi Citadel for this next game. They're calling to me. Actually, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna switch it up on you. I think I want to go to Fortune Stadium. That's where I want.
That's Stadium.
Where the vibes have landed me. The vibes started at one place and they moved to another. And sometimes I like to change my mind.
Do you believe that fortune favors the bold here?
I think fortune could very well favor the bold in this next game. I'm looking forward to seeing how bold people wish to get.
You're good with the puns. You're good with the puns. Guys, we're jumping into Fortune Stadium here in just a split second. After this game, I see people asking, is there still a chance to join? Guys, we're going to be swapping up the lobby codes every so often. So even if there's not room right now, don't fret, because every 2 games, we're getting a new code in. So you guys can have a chance to get in for some great games. So this one will be the last one with this code. We'll have plenty of games, though. Guys, we're going to be going on for like 2 hours. So let's just go ahead, jump in here, and see how things go on Fortune Stadium.
Fortune Stadium. I'm looking forward to jumping in. You said we were going to make a couple of tweaks to the team, so I'm looking forward. I feel like I've been saying that. I think this is like, if we put like a looking forward counter somewhere, we'd be at like 10 right now. I think that's just like, I guess I have like the smallest vocabulary tonight. But I mean, it is true. I just keep looking forward each game and each little bit that happens. You know, the aliens, the game, the match, and this time the teams. I want to see how these teams are going to hash out here. They were already pretty close. We had a little bit of a struggle from the Boundless, but they did find their footing at the very end. And so I can't wait to see how these teams are going to hash out this coming game on the old Fortune Stadium.
Well, I'll tell you right now, at least on the big splash side of things, it looks like we have 3 lights, a triple light comp. We have a lot of lights in general, just so many lights in this lobby. It'll be interesting to see if this is what people stick with in this matchup. But we're jumping in just a moment, V. I mean, do you want to lead us in? You are clearly the one with the most excitement right now.
I certainly do have quite a bit of excitement. I'm happy to lead us in as this match finally gets itself underway. Looking at our team comps here, and Big Splash once again running that triple light comp. It's not the same 3 lights, but it is still 3 lights, and so maybe they are going to find the limits of how bold the fortune will really favor, or they might find how unfavorable it is. I don't really know. We'll just have to see as this game continues forward here. Beautiful SA 1216 on Navy Street here. This vault already being opened, but none of these teams have found each other just yet, and there's a teleport. And once again, the Boundless have not been able to encounter the live wires, and I think they're going to find them very shortly, though.
Oh, this is a diabolical trap being set right now. You just saw one member of the Boundless just try to TP through. They got caught off, though. This heavy, though, is about to have the time of their life. The RPG is ready to be fired, but they choose not to. Instead, they're going from behind a crazy little flank angle. One of the members, though, has caught them out, and the SA-12 shots do not land, so they walk away with just a little bit of help, but now they're in the danger zone there. Kenny Loggins would be scared if he were in this situation, but the shots continue to rain out. One elimination onto Louis Boulin is found. The Winch Claw mid-air as they're dropped down. They'll go away with 1 HP. Will they escape? They will not. JPX also dead. And now is just Tarnu, the last member of the Boundless, alive, V.
Man, yo, that had me on the edge of my seat. Navy Street was just a couple of pixels off of just getting a wonderful 3-piece here. And it looks like he might be given to him anyways as he takes the final member of the Boundless out. But the trigger discipline on that RPG, I would have shot that RPG 7 times over by the time they had jumped across the gap. And we're going to take a quick look over here onto the Kingfish and this cash out they've got underway. Of course, both teams are wiped, being the Big Splash and the Boundless. This triple light team not able to find as much value as they would have liked.
Oh my gosh, oh no.
Mr. Surrey drops himself off of the map with some very bizarre goo tech there. Not too successful. Very unfortunate for them. And possibly unfortunate timing, Beaver, because now these teams have spawned back in, and they still have a couple seconds left on this coin.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly not what we like to see have happen, of course. The Boundless is back, though, and they're already jumping up. Electric with some decent shots there on the 93R. One member still so low in HP, but that was nearly an amazing elimination. Meanwhile, though, a nice little revolver shot coming off, a two-piece as well. That was a good overall defense from the Kingfish, but it's not done just yet. It's still Tarnu, the last member alive. The light electric charging in for battle, and that's going to be a cleanup.
Almost, I don't know what category you would put that push in. I would almost put that push into a bit of an ego shell category, because that revolver was hot, ready to hit a couple of headies and take electric out, but he was confident in his engagement, and he was confident in that fight, and using that 93R was able to clean up the Boundless. And now these cash outs are going to go completed here. These first set of cash out, jump pad on the respawn, just a little bit awkward for Electric. And we're going to move on to these next set of vaults into cash outs. And we've got a nice chunk of change on our top two teams here, Livewires and Kingfish.
Yeah, I mean, still anybody's game, of course. That was only the first set of cash out vaults being plugged, so a lot of opportunities for things to change. It looks like Nokari, though, in a bit of a pickle as they got caught off by three members of the Livewires there. They got to run for cover right now and hope to regroup with their team. The regen does come in, though, but you have to wonder how is this going to affect the rest of their push here, as the plug is yet to happen. We do have shots ringing out. That's one elimination from the Livewires onto a member of the Kingfish. There it is, though. Still, Nokari with the V9S. Finding some good shots. Finally, the plug comes in as well from the Kingfish. Crazy fight so far, V.
Yeah, absolutely crazy fights. As another one is underway. Louis Bullen, not the only SA-1216 in the lobby, does take Turtle down. SA-1216 is definitely really good against those lights, but is it really good against three lights? I'm not so sure, as the sniper of Kev SR84 is ringing out, trying to hit a couple of shots, does take Louis down to half HP with that. However, D-Money Rose is going to fall as a bit of a consolation for the Boundless. And just Kev SR84 alive does take down JP Oxford. I don't know how the best way to pronounce that one is. That's a bit of a mouthful. No vowels.
That's the GOAT JPX. We love JPX. He's from my community. Love to see him in these games here right now. Big splash, though. I mean, listen, they're being very aggressive, but I honestly feel like the Boundless have a really good defense right now. I mean, look at Louis Bullen just holding that mesh, allowing the medium Tarnu to just spray it down with those revolver shots, but this is giving the Big Splash an opportunity to regroup, and in fact, they're all clumped up right now. The Big Splash could be playing a crazy match if they were choosing to flank or maybe have one sneak around to the side or something like that. This gives them an opportunity with the way they're playing.
It certainly does. That SA-1216 trying to take out that zip line was a little bit of a bold trial. I have attempted to do so a little bit myself. Nice shots with that RPG on 1 HP. Turtle is able to get out, but maybe not for long. Is able to hide, but the dagger tries for it and does fall off. Oh, it doesn't fall off the map. I didn't even catch that. That was slick. Turtle, just again, just on the lowest HP, trying to do something. But we're going to have to check to the other side of the map as Nokari is just shredding the lobby apart.
Yeah, right now, Kingfish looking good in terms of numbers. Livewires only got Navy Street left alive. They're going to have to wait for the coins to come in here. But heading back to the other fight, Boundless still in a bit of a brawl with the Big Splash. They have yet to fully wipe here, but it is, of course, just Kev left standing with the sniper rifle. And Louis Bullen, even though the shotgun doesn't have much range, I mean, it's just keeping Kev afar. He's not really able to do much right now. And there goes the final kill. JPX coming in from the side.
Yeah, and I mean, they are slowly chipping away at their coins here on the Big Splash. They are pretty low on coins. I thought I saw that D-Money had 0 coins, but now it looks like he has 1. I'm not entirely sure which one is more accurate, but when you're running triple light, you just get that early picked off and you're losing one. You're going to probably want to go for that coin much rather instead of going for a bit of a res. SA-1216 across the gap. Teensy bit of damage there, just chipping away, making sure no regen can continue forward. As we move on to our last set of boxes, the Kingfish comfortably in first place, 34.5K in their bank account.
Yeah, right now I'm actually taking a look at Navy Street currently. The Livewires were in a bit of a brawl with the Kingfish, and Mr. Azuri is the first domino to fall in that set of battles. Electric and Nokari, they've got to stay careful here, stay close together, and avoid a full wipe. This could be devastating to them if they were to lose out in the last few moments here. We do have one res coming out of the live wires right now, though, as is finally brought back into the match. There's a good kill again from Foe, though. That's going to be an opportunity for them to steal.
It is, and Nakari is going to opt to go for that res over the steal stop.
Oh my god,
attempt.
wait. We might have a double.
Might cost them because of that double possibility, because if you let that a point get stolen when there's just one team around, and then all 4 teams are collapsing on it, that steal attempt is going to be made exponentially harder. Louis Boulin taken down to a sliver of an HP, but the healing is just in time to keep him alive against Nakari in that fight. This turtle is also going to go down, and KevSR84, very familiar situation, last alive, but not for long.
Yeah, big splash, fully wiped out there against a fight with the live wires, and now it's going to be an opportunity for the Boundless, really, to come in, and there goes that full-on double now. So this is really anyone's game. They're trying to go in for the steal. The RPG goes out. It does not stop it, though, and that's an amazing steal from the Boundless. But, of course, this is dangerous because if they were to lose control of this, they lose so much cash, V.
They will lose a ton of cash. They really wanted to play the gambling game here. They are in second place, but they will lose half of their cash if they lose that point. But that RPG should have knocked the floor out, and it didn't, because I think it was body blocked, which is an incredible body block play as a medium heal beam. Tarnu really showing up today here, but this cash out is still in possession in the last 25 seconds here of our match. Still in possession of the Boundless, who are down one, who's going to probably choose to coin very shortly. In front of us, we do get that res instead. Trying to help his team out. The big splash are going to lose one, and the live wires, of course, already wiped. Not many people are here or around to try and go for the steal attempt as the time ticks down. Your last steal attempt is going to come forward here. D-Money Rose on the box, not able to get to a good enough position, and nuked out of the stratosphere as looks like the Boundless securing themselves a nice $66,000. They were bold, and I think fortune favored them today.
Oh my goodness. I loved to see the double come out. Things really worked out in their favor, though, with all of the teams there. There was just so much chaos going on that I don't really see... I don't really think I saw any team make any sort of combined push, any sort of strong attempt to steal until those last few seconds. And of course, there was no time left, so the C4 goes off. It's just devastation. They pretty much lock in that round. What a great game, though.
I know. Yeah. I mean, it certainly was just a fantastic game. You know, I don't think Az got as much screen time this game, but again, just putting up the numbers. 10 frags, only man on the double digits in the entire lobby here, showing up for whatever team he is on. I mean, it looked like Live Wires were a powerhouse of a team, but they did unfortunately end up in that third place position. But they certainly didn't go out without a fight.
Well, listen, enough about that game, V. Let's move on to our next one, because we're going to keep things moving like a train here, okay? We are steady as she goes, and we're going to be doing another game, this time on Skyway Stadium. What do you think about Skyway Stadium, V?
Skyway Stadium is quite a it's a little bit of a longer range map. It's definitely got some interesting engagements. It's so interesting if you really think about the spread of maps. The way that they play is quite different. You know, I mean, obviously they are very different maps, but it really does feel like each map has its own vibes going on with the way that the way that engagements happen, the way that they are going to be interacting with each other, especially if you've got that high rise. It kind of seems like it would make the engagements longer range, but it almost kind of makes them shorter range, just kind of with that wall right there in the middle of the map. That's a lot of thoughts that I got on the map. I think, of course, it's a great map. It's definitely not one of my top, I don't know, 2 maps, but it's certainly a good map, and it's certainly somewhere up there. See,
I think Skyway Stadium is one of my favorite maps. I'm just a fan of Monaco, you know? Monaco, like, I know it doesn't get played a ton in the comp scene, again, because it is so variable. I think that's like it's like a very standard map, but at the same time, there's so much chaos that can happen in that specific map that people just don't necessarily want to play it all the time. But no, I think Skyway is actually fantastic. Guys, we just posted the code in chat. So if you would like to join in for these customs, feel free. We're going to mix up the teams, of course. We have some new players joining the fray, which we love to see. We have, for example, Ray, which I don't think I saw last game, did I not?
I don't believe you did. But I also want to make another note on the old Skyway Stadium. I think Skyway Stadium is of course, representative of, I mean, similar to Fortune Stadium in the sense that I love how Embark really just takes different pieces from different maps and kind of mashes them all together with those pads across the void gaps and somehow makes an entirely different cohesive map. Like, it feels so different than all of the different parts that came together. The sum of the parts are way more than just the parts themselves. I think that's just so cool. I don't really think that's an idea that you see in any other game, really.
You know, I kind of fully agree with you there. There's just something about it that just, it's kind of a symphony almost. Wouldn't you agree, V?
Yes. I think that's a beautiful way of putting it. The map just really comes together so cohesively. With, if you analyze each part, you'd be like, this comes from this map, this comes from this map. They're kind of weird that they're here together, but it works just so beautifully.
It's very nice. Well, we're going to be loading in, V. We're starting the game up right now, and these contestants, I'm sure they're going to be having a symphony of their own. We're going to see some tremendous plays come out. We're going to see strategies we have never thought even possible as well, V, potentially. And one of these teams, who knows, one of them could end up loving their teammates. They decide, you know what, let's go for the TGM tour. Let's go in for the open quals, and they make it all the way into the major. Wouldn't you love that, V?
Dude, that would be sick. I would love that. I think that would be fantastic. And it sounds like we're loading on into this game as game 3 of the night is getting underway with a bunch of fresh faces. Some faces we've seen already tonight, but this game is going to get underway onto wonderful Skyway Stadium. These players are ready to go, itching even as they use almost all of their dashes to get on over towards these vaults on to this variant, which is escaping me. It's up, down, left, right, I believe.
Yes, up, down, left, right, where things are, in fact, up, down, left, and right. All of them together, but we do have, of course, the Boundless and the Livewires in a bit of an engagement. We do see the dominoes start to fall there as well, and that's a self-elimination from Serial with that RPG, unfortunately, which brings us to a 2v1 in favor of the Boundless right now. And, of course, we have our friend D-Money Rose just playing the piano right now, enjoying the success of their battle.
Playing the piano on the symphony that is Skyway Stadium, of which I actually would like to make a note that I freaking hate that skin, because I don't know if that bug is still in the game, but there's a bug where that reload is played across the entire map, and you will just continuously hear electronic piano noises the entire game, and it gets on my nerves so badly, Beaver.
I know what bug you're talking about, and yes, that can be a goofy little bug. Did I just see the big splash just suddenly appear in front of the Livewires as well?
I think you are correct. I think you did just see that. Your eyes are not deceiving you. These spawns are spicy. They wanted to be maybe a little bit custom in the way that they wanted to spawn in today. But it looks like we might have 3 teams getting into this engagement here. Of course, we've got the Boundless and the Livewires going at it, brawling on top of the suspended structure here, while we've got the big splash trying to bring in for a double, which is crazy. And the Kingfish nowhere to be seen, just sniping from long and far away. Louis Bullen does get taken down. He's not able to be supported enough. JPX, 4 bars. Is he able to get the plug-in? He's not going to get that plug-in for the double, and it looks like the Livewires want it, though.
I love that out of the Livewires. They were already in control of this box. They're like, you know what? We might as well. It's the first box. It's just some fun, casual stuff. You know, let's just keep things fun around here. We love to see that, but a lot of devastation. I mean, Big Splash fully wiped right now. We only have 2 members of the Kingfish currently, 2 members of the Boundless, and 1 left on the Livewires here, which if they're not careful, I mean, boom, already, right away. They're lucky with the coin coming in, but Serial was nearly caught out completely in that battle, and that would have been devastating for them. But either way, what's devastating is they lost control of their money. While we're talking about all the chaos and destruction of the building, in out of nowhere comes the Kingfish, and they just snatch the cash.
Yeah, Kingfish having all 3 members were able to secure that pretty comfortably, and Serial staying alive and not wiping, just barely. Well, as I say that, of course, does get taken down, But this double attempt is actually pretty smart if you're the top team. What a great sniper play from Recobs, defending that point for his team so well. This sniper has just been coming alive all night, no matter who's using it. And this point might come to a completion here before I can even finish the rest of my thoughts. The C4 is primed, the RPG running right after it, securing them that box, and it looks like a cool 16K going to the Kingfish. The team who wasn't even there at the beginning has been booned with a nice large sum of money. But even if you are the Livewires getting that double, there's that halving of their money, and it really doesn't put them that far behind. It would have put them pretty far ahead, in fact, if they had kept getting a couple more kills. They would have still been in second.
V, I gotta stop you right there. The Kingfish, Kev is tearing this up. What a beautiful double sniper shot out of Kev there. Walking away with the cash. This is gonna be crazy for the rest of the teams, because now what's happening is the Kingfish are kind of in control about how the rest of this game is gonna go. I mean, they could at any point decide, we don't like you. And you know what? We'll just go ahead and try to grief a team out. Will we see some evil plays come out today, V, do you think?
I think that there's a very real possibility of it, because we've already seen some plays that are a little goofy. When you have the environment that doesn't pressure you to actually make top 2 and qualify to another round with a bunch of different players, you can get a little fun with it, get a little silly with it, and go for those doubles, which we don't see again here, but we do see a lot of beautiful shots from Ken on that LH1, that sniper light, which does plenty of damage, no less, and is now holding control of the crane. I want to see some crazy goofy plays here, Kingfish, as they control this match.
Yeah, the moving platforms here are really fun to watch, because it's just going to be absolutely disgusting with all of the teams rotating in, all the side angles, like you mentioned, the crane, the rooftops. This is where really the tides could turn for any team, because at the end of the day, whatever team comes in last, I think, is going to be victorious in this battle. Already so much death and destruction coming out, a lot of eliminations, but Livewires seem to be in a prime position to hold this here, as we have 2 members on the side of the rooftops here right now. Electric a little bit low, but there goes the H infuser coming in. And just as I say that, though, M63 walks away with a sliver of health. They got very, very lucky there. But oh my goodness, I mean, teleport's going to be going in. They're going to have to hold on to this, as a steal attempt is being made right now. It looks like it was knocked off.
It is appearing to be knocked off there. Chrome trying to go for that steal attempt, almost gets it all the way through, not able to finish it all the way, as we saw Electric just fending for his life on light. That steal attempt again coming through, Winch right on past us here, as we get another frag onto Tarnu. That was a trade, and we got a steal attempt coming through on D-Money Rose, last member on the Boundless, not able to secure anything, as we've got 2 teams fully wiped. The Livewires, 2 members alive, but a box to their name. And on the other side of the map, the Big Splash. Bit of a casual vacation mode cash out for them.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like anyone's currently pushing them right now. I mean, they do have control of blacktops here, so this is a very powerful position, especially with that extra added height from the suspended structures here. And with that cash out pretty much all said and done, I think they're pretty much good to just try and make a move on to the next last bit of vaults we have coming up here.
I think that is a reasonable assessment, especially with the cash that our teams have in hand. Boundless is pretty far behind, but I wouldn't say they're too far behind. They are easily within 1 cash out away of securing victory. But the question is, are they going to want to play for that 1 cash out, or are they going to want to play for a big, fatty doubled cash out? We're just going to have to see as these vaults open up what they're going to do.
Yeah, well, right now, currently locked in on Kev, as they are taken out from a mile away with a deadly revolver shot. And now this is where the fun really begins, V, because now all the teams are converging. This is where we're going to see some very lucky plays occur, potentially. Nice elimination from Ken there, of course, with the 93R. The vault is plugged.
That is your first vault that is plugged. Orbital lasers come to say hi from the sky, as this other point is going to get opened up. Vault has been opened. We'll have to see if it's going to make its way on across the map, and that is going to secure the fate. 2 boxes singled across the map. Not much of a stagger to choose which one you want to go to, but lots of teleports, lots of snipers, lots of bullets. everywhere to be seen. Nowhere is safe. D-Money Rose, low HP. Ken as well on half. Goo everywhere as Chrome is able to secure that RPG onto Ken as this fight continues forward.
Yeah, all the teams really want this money right here. Another beautiful shot. Taking out D-Money Rose right now. We might see a third elimination come in. There's the first shot. There's the second finish onto Ray Ray. I was telling you earlier, Kev was doing amazing, but now we see Recobs coming in with the sniper. A lot of people loving the sniper today. What's going on? This member of the Boundless, that's Tarnu. Trapped in a corner there, just getting bonked with their elbow over and over. This is so sad to see, but, I mean, hey, there is still a chance for them to come back and steal. There is going to be a little bit of overtime right now that we could have happen. With two members still standing on the Boundless, anything's possible here.
Anything is possible. MG3 doesn't have a coin on the other side of the map, but I don't think it matters too much because nobody's there. While Ken continues to go for the steal, half of the floor is going to knock through, and he's not going to be able to secure it all the way. The destruction and dynamism in full force in this 50 seconds left of overtime as this cash out is almost ran to completion. Recobs and Kev SR84 tearing up the field, both on sniper for the Kingfish. They are just dominating.
I cannot get over how cinematic that giant explosion was. Look at this building. It is completely caved in. And this is going to be such an issue for some of these teams with that giant hole in the rooftop. This is going to be such a vantage point. Stealing here is going to be so difficult here. All the teams, Boundless coming in. It's not enough, though, and that's that cash secured.
It is cash secured, and Big Splash on the other side of the map, while all that chaos was happening, managed to secure that wipe onto the live wires and get themselves a quick 18K to push them right on in to second place. A wonderful stepped finish here, 48, 38, 30, and 10K. Across the board, good couple bucks for all of these players and all these teams, but that was an exciting match.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that last 30 seconds with the floating structure just dropping down. I've never seen that before, actually. I've never seen the building just completely tumble like that.
I might have seen that happen before. I've definitely seen a lot of carnage in that corner of the map, and I've seen that cash out fall down, but I don't know if I have either seen the entire segment just right like on off. It almost reminds me, if you remember, a little bit ago, the way that you could manipulate the suspended structures, the old suspended structures, specifically on Monaco, you could get that charge and slam as it was falling and just launch it across the map and just get a charge and slam suspended structure with the cash out just flying a couple 100 meters down the way, just causing more chaos and dynamism. I just think that's just so funny.
I remember, I forget when it was, I think it was like around season 1 or 2. There was an issue on Soul in particular where the crane, if you had it like fall a certain way, it would actually do like a spin, like a blender, and it would completely tear apart the building that it was on top of. Like the entire building would just completely just Swiss cheese itself. I want them to bring that back.
Yes, I 100% agree with you. That's something that I think would just be so... I think that's what makes the finals so unique, is just finding these crazy quirks in the system of just how these structures interact with each other, and that dynamism is just so cool. I mean, you've seen some crazy stuff. I mean, I've even seen flying platforms, surfing platforms. You know, the crazy stuff that this community comes up with is just so funny. And it's a little unfortunate to see it patched out. I mean, I've been having some discussions. I think we were having a little bit of discussion about LTM before we went live, and that would be a fun LTM. Bring back a couple of those crazy quirks and bugs in that system, and maybe unbalance a couple guns just for the fun of it. A little bit of nuclear action, a little nukes, but that might be too crazy. That might be too crazy. A little combo, some amount of that would be a hilarious LTM. They could really go crazy with it without... I don't even think they have to put too much effort into it, really. Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then they've got a crazy LTM.
I think you have a lot of ideas that would be amazing for this game. You should reach out to Embark for sure. Remember how I mentioned Soul a moment ago, by the way, with the cranes and all that? Yeah, we're doing Soul with all of our contestants already loaded into the game. We have tweaked the teams ever so slightly just to make things a little bit more interesting, but we're going to be jumping in just a moment here. with a thrilling match. And I love to see Tarnu, by the way, on the flamethrower. As a flamethrower main, I feel represented, and I personally love that.
Heck yeah, flamethrower is going to be some awesome tech to see going forward. Louis Bullen on the turret of all things is just actually crazy. Tarnu rocking that mesh shield, a beautiful combo with the flamethrower. Really get that juggle action going to really tick away at their life force. But of course, Kev SR84 running his namesake weapon here. That SR84 sniper is primed and ready to go on a different team than Recob's though. So they will have their work cut out for them in the sniper on sniper duel here coming up against the Kingfish. These guys are playing it a little slow. They don't want to get wiped out too quickly here as they open up Vault 1. Get a little bit of tag action coming forward here, but it looks like they do get that healing in that resetting.
Yeah, it looks like the Boundless are a bit on the push right now, but that's an opening kill from the Kingfish there, and that's 2 people down, and Kev is in trouble here, falling off the map. Grapple, though, at the very last second to save their life into the sights of Recobs.
I was ad-libbing your comms there with like the 3 different versions of just crazy, just excitement, and then just immediate despair as he gets just a punch to the face from Recob, taking him out. That was an exciting roller coaster of events. However, they are taken out. They are going to be forced on that respawn. That glitch grenade going to make Electric drop that carryable, that red barrel he had in hand, just trying to make sure and identify that that room the cash out is in is safe. It looks like he has identified that successfully, and Nokari is going to clean up the last member on Serial, on the big splash, who is Serial. And these orange barrels, they're scaring me, man.
Yeah, a whole lot of barrels, whole lot of explosions. They're going to be able to get that steal with no problem now. But meanwhile, on the other side, Recobs, oh my god, Recobs! Recobs! What is he doing? This is insanity. I mean, going up against a flamethrower too, with a sniper rifle. Unfortunately, the afterburn does claim their life, but oh my gosh. Recobs getting essentially, I think, a 3-piece there. Taking a full wipe onto the Boundless.
Yeah, that is just absolutely beautiful. I think that is the best way to go out. Guns a-blazing, taking 3 with you. That's about the best trade you could ever ask for. Best trade deal even. But the other side of the map, however, Big Splash going for that steal attempt, getting taken down to low HP is Ray Ray as they continue to get healed right back up. HML, really standard comp action here from them. However, Serial does get taken down. Louis Bullen once again on that repeater. Just so much damage on that LH1 as well, following up and taking Ray Ray down as JPX, last member of their team, just trying to hold on, try to find something. Half HP, slowly healing back up. But I don't know if there's going to be enough time to get that res off, to get that steal off, to get really anything done.
No, this is all pretty much done for. It looks like JPX was able to snatch a body, but of course, there's the live wires in close pursuit. I actually loved to see Nokari using the sonar in combination with the invis there. That was a really powerful strategy they employed there. Louis Bullen, though,
C spawn on Hospital.
currently taken down, and we do have a spawn over here at Hospital as well, so we're probably going to see some Hospital gameplay. Are you excited for this, V?
Hospital gameplay. The fortress itself is ready to be defended by those who are so daring to enter its premises. And it looks like we even got that vault inside the hospital area as well to make things just a little bit easier for them. On the live wires, who look like they're going to be going for it. Louis Bullen forced a coin, but that box is going to get pressured by the Big Splash right as it pops. They do get that plug off, which is huge for them. The timing is immaculate. And now the Big Splash are on the prowl, trying to fight their own teammate, Ray Ray. Scared a little bit, but not scared enough to get that frag onto Electric. And now, what was a 3v3, a little bit of a rough timing for the Big Splash, has been another opening pick made in front of them. However, this steal attempt is going to go through and continue forward. I'm not sure if there's going to be enough stall available to find it. And a great body block from JPX as another frag goes down. They get that piece. Electric is back into the fight, so it is a 2v2. Once again, that steal attempt did come through, and it looks like we might be able to get a full res off.
Yeah, it looks like a reset's coming in, so they have the full squad back, but Livewire's still around the area here, and of course the big splash. They're not going to be happy to hear that. They're probably going to go ahead and try to have this fight come in again. But already it looks like Ray caught out by surprise. They do get the winch, but it's not enough. Electric walks away with that kill with a sliver of HP remaining. However, at the same time, we do see the battle shift a little bit down to a 2v2. Louis Boulin also very low on HP here, and Electric caught out as well. There it is, the 1v2 now. JPX and Serial left standing here. With the res coming in, this is going to be challenging for the Livewires to come back from. They've been on the back foot in this fight throughout most of this. Even though they were able to get the plug first, but Terry the turret from Louis Boulin, will that provide any value to them?
We will have to see that turret. It looks like it might want to be repositioned here. No, it's actually a res Louis is going for here. Does get that res off onto his teammate. Now it's all three of them alive. Less than 15 seconds left on this cash out. There's not going to be much time to go for a steal here on this box. It's getting close and down to the wire here as these frags come forward left and right here. Electric is going to be half HP. Not a single one taken down on actually down goes Serial, pardon me here, and they do try to go for that res attempt, but I think that this box is going to be set in stone here. And Louis Boulin, the last member alive, just kind of looking for that cleanup.
Yeah, Louis Boulin really doing something there, trying to keep the hopes alive, but if we swap over to the Kingfish now, they are climbing a beautiful crane currently, which we were talking about. Again, the crane. Maybe we'll see it somehow do spirals and tear apart the entire construction area. But right now, Kingfish in control. And they've got a lot of C4 set up as well. It's going to be interesting to see which teams come to play in a moment here. As right now, it seems like a lot of people are split up. There's even a vault over there that is being tapped by the Boundless currently. They're taking some pot shots over. But here goes the big splash jumping in from the side. And that's going to be one member, Recobs, on the Kingfish, brought down to very low HP, and a steal attempt is probably going to be made here in a moment. But wait a second, Chrome with the C4 explosion, and that's going to lock things in for them.
Oh, unfortunate timing for Ray was just posted up, using that invis to their advantage there. Unfortunately, not waiting enough time, trying to go back for that res as quickly as possible, causing them to lose that invis and get taken down here. Recobs, man with the aim on the snipers, looking to continue that aim forward, does get a beautiful shot on one and then two. No. So clean.
That is insane. Dude, Recobs. What is going on with Recobs? Someone needs to, like, take a look at him, get him signed if he's not already, because that is absolutely disgusting. The sniper rifle is his paintbrush, and this arena is the canvas, it seems. Oh my, don't do it midair. Oh my gosh, please, Recobs. Finds one member of the Livewires, that's Electric, down to such low HP as they're floating in this glorious low gravity environment, but the picks aren't able to come out. Right now, it's going to be the Kingfish versus the big splash here in a second, most likely. If they're able to get some picks here, that'd be huge for their team.
It certainly would be huge. Everybody's feeling a little bit extra floaty right now with our active arena augment. Couple of shots ringing out, hitting Tarnu, but it looks like a fight finally is going to break out here with JPX. Really well positioned. Recobs not even looking towards whoever was shooting him. He just knew he needed to get behind that cover, and there is a plug on in, but the stagger is massive this time, and these cash outs are so close. There is a steal attempt and a wipe, of course, from Kev SR84 is going to secure that box for the Boundless. Just a little bit of time left on cash out B, but cash out A is plenty left, ripe for the picking. And so if they're going to be able to continue to defend this, they might get a little bit extra hungry and go for a second one.
Oh yeah, in a moment here, we're going to see all of the teams completely converge. We do have a steal attempt being made by the Kingfish. They choose to get off at the last possible second, though, before that grenade exploded on them. And this is where it really becomes a battle of attrition, patience. Whichever team strikes at the opportune moment is going to be the one that walks away with the cash here. It's going to be so critical to find that timing there, because all of the teams, again, we're going to see all 12 players going to town in the construction yard here in a second.
We certainly are, and it looks like the big splash are ready and bunkered up. There's a C4 first frag, but it's not the right person. The steal might be able to come through, and the winch just barely secures Ray. That save just in time. Maybe not the most optimal use of resources, but enough to stop the stall, to stop the box stealing once. As we're in our last 20 seconds here, the bloodbath begins. The opportune moment is at hand, like you were mentioning, Beaver. As the time ticks away, these players are not going to be able to go for that steal because Ray Ray is back up. Serial alive and well. The time is ticking down. That is a beautiful RPG, going to secure them a beautiful first place by $1,000.
Wow. I mean, we called it. We knew the last minute of this game was going to be hectic. All of those players coming in, the trades after trades after trades. Nokari, the last player left for the live wires there. I mean, diabolical. Does not even begin to describe it, V.
It's just, we were talking about how this was going to be crazy, and it seems like every single time it's quiet, the calm before the storm, and then it just breaks out and it doesn't stop for however many seconds that lasts. It's crazy every single time.
Yeah, I mean, what more can we say? Seoul is always a great time, okay? I love Seoul. Again, same thing with Monaco. They're the classic maps. They just scream the finals to me. They just ooze the finals. And quite frankly, none of the other maps that have been added after that point kind of like necessarily just ooze the vibe that those two have, in my opinion. But I do know that Seoul is disgusting for the comp scene, so I understand it.
I could see that, but I mean, highlight to Recobs, we were highlighting him in the game. 17 frags, dude. Oh, man. He was showing up, and he was showing up hot. You cannot balance this game when you've got this man even in the lobby. 1v3, v3, v3. He probably still wins those.
Oh my goodness. Well, we've seen many games now at this point. We've had a lot of fun. We've let the contestants do what they want. But V, I think it's time that we kind of enforce something here. What do you think? Do you think it's time we maybe put our devious plans into motion?
I think now is the opportune time to put our devious plans into motion. I think it is prime time. We've gotten settled in just a little bit, and now it's time to make people a little, maybe even uncomfortable.
Why don't we go ahead and let's do random team comp. So how this works is we'll have production run an amazing little program they have developed, okay? And essentially, if you would like to join this next lobby, you are required, your team is required to play one of those three loadouts for each member. So all three of the loadouts that are built must come in.
All right, here we go.
And here they are, coming in just a moment. Production building it out right now. We have player one going to end up being our medium. We have player two medium, and we have player three medium. Wait, it's all mediums. It's all mediums. What is this feat?
Oh, man. It's all mediums. I don't think I've actually ever seen this. We've ran this comp generator a couple of times, and I've seen a lot of crazy comps, but I have not seen triple of the same class yet. And it is nice to note that we do have 3 different weapons, of which are pretty close to the meta here. FCAR, FAMAS, and P90. Certainly, I mean, we've been talking, the general consensus in the comp scene is, medium's been really struggling class, and you know what? Why not just pump the life right back into it? Just make everyone run it.
I actually love these guns, quite frankly, because I think these are guns that pretty much everybody's going to be comfortable with. I mean, FCAR is an absolute staple of this game. FAMAS, also well used, a lot more in the earlier seasons than necessarily now, but the P90 also fantastic, especially in, the other modes like, for example, Power Shift and Point Break. So this will be great. We're going to have the code dropped into chat. Again, keep in mind, guys, if you are joining, you will have to coordinate with your squad that you get placed onto. You will have to run these loadouts. You guys can decide between yourself who's going to take the P90, who's going to take the FCAR, who's going to take the FAMAS, all that sort of stuff. But you must run it, okay, team?
Yeah. Oh, man. I am looking forward to this game. I mean, this might even be a little bit of a hark back to a previous season. I don't remember off the top of my head which season it was, but there was definitely that one season. I believe it was right before defib sickness was added to the game. Everyone just was running that triple medium comp. It was just frag, revive, frag, revive, frag, revive. You were fighting like a 3v5 almost, 3v6. It was crazy.
Yeah, no, this is going to be deadly. Sorry, we're coordinating things in the back end right now, team. All right, all of the puzzle pieces are being plugged in. So yeah.
Yeah, of course. Medium, dude. I can't wait to see this triple medium. Let's add another to the looking forward to counter here tonight. If you've been counting at home, maybe take a swig of water for every time I say looking forward to tonight, and you will be mega hydrated. Looking forward to seeing our triple medium classes stacked up because, you know, this is just class and weapon. And so the medium class has quite a lot of good gadgets at their disposal, which really don't get to see the light of day simply because the gadgets that people are using with the limited slots they have available, which is basically one, is goo. You know, you're gonna be running those defibs, you're gonna be running that jump pad, and maybe a zip line with instead of that jump pad, but most likely that jump pad. And then you've got that one free gadget spot in a sense, and most people are running that goo grenade because it is just so versatile and so useful. But now, when you've got another set of 3 and another set of 3, you've got 3 sets of 3 gadgets available at your disposal. You now have a little bit of window to kind of play with it. You might run a little bit more of a turret mine strat. You might run a little bit more of the old data reshaper, which is one of my personal favorites. It's really in a struggling state right now, but I love that data reshaper. It can be so good sometimes. You've got a lot of options at your disposal. Of course, you've got the DMAT with the 10 million hour pullout delay. Not the most fun to use, but it can be. It can be fun sometimes. Maybe one day it'll return back to its former glory. It's coming from a place of pain, heartbroken. I love the old DMAT. Oh, it was so fun. There's just so many options at our disposal. Beaver, how close are we to getting ready?
Oh, I'm going to make you so happy. We're in the game right now, V. We're in the game.
Fantastic.
And guess what map it is, too? You're never going to guess.
There's too many options. Is it Monaco? I mean,
no,
I'll just start.
It is Fengwei City, however you pronounce it, all right?
Man.
I'm not up to date, but it's the newest map added to the game here. And of course, look at all of the mediums that we have joining this game. Aren't you excited for the mediums?
I am excited. And you know, one thing I actually totally forgot about is this new Shockwave spec. All these teams have at least one, except of course the live wires. And so they basically got a big, heavy light on their team in a sense with an alternative form of dash. And so I'll be very excited to see how this kind of hashes out in a game with all mediums. Your stall options are so varied and so different. Our players finally getting back into this fight with each other. Recob's getting that first frag. It's not a sniper, but he will make do and get that frag anyways. It's just going to be so interesting to see how these engagements work because the brawl, maybe not so much. The poke, maybe not so much. Somewhere in between these players and these teams are going to land in their gunfights. It's almost like a COD level of gunfights, if you will, but like a little bit different.
I gotta be honest, I was kind of hopeful we would see a triple medium with, you know, the turrets, all turrets, just to, you know, really add fun to the game, to really build up the fun factor there, V. But right now we've got so many teams currently locked in heavy engagements. Finally, the big splash, though, getting that plug. So they are leading the charge to start out, but still plenty of time in this game for anything to happen. Ooh! An amazing use of the wall thingy that I'm blanking on the name of for some reason to nearly catch a player off guard. That was the data neuralizer.
Dematerializer.
Yes, thank you. Yes,
there you go. Thank you go. That's okay. Sometimes we forget things in this game, and you gotta lean on a little support there. That's why you got a team of 3 sometimes, usually.
3 mediums as well. 3 to specify the 3 mediums.
Yes. Precisely. That's a very beautiful Ruby F car. Man, those Ruby skins are so gorgeous in this game. Nokari, last member of their team alive. Gonna have to go for that revive and get it off. Also, you know, we've got... Is that all 4 teams in here, or is that just 3 teams here? And we've only got 1 cash out underway.
I'm pretty sure all 4 teams are here, and it looks like the Kingfish are running the other box over. So instead of just plugging it in the other vault, they're opting, you know what? It's already 3 mediums. Let's just have fun and make it a double at the same time. Why not?
Yeah, and I'm sure it does hurt a little bit to know that you're going to be on the biggest stagger of all time. I wonder if they're going to go for this plug and then just move on forward, although this plug won't earn them very much money. It's only going to be about 2K, so they might want to continue to defend this point, but they're going to be hurting because that other cash out that's going to be underway will be a lot more money than what theirs is worth, as Ray Ray gets out with just 33 HP, barely using that DMAT to their advantage there, but Big Splash are still in control of this cash out, and they're going to be in control of that comfortably. This team is able to just get their revives off. They're able to just play their life here, and they're just going to continue to defend this point while all these teams are fighting fruitlessly.
Oh my goodness. I mean, again, with all these mediums here, all of the dematting going on too, it's kind of hard to keep up with because I've never seen so many walls just suddenly not exist anymore. But we do see on the Livewire side of things some good reses coming out, the big splash and a big brawl as well. They do, however, secure the cash there. They didn't even seem to once lose control of that vault at all. So good job to them, of course, with all the dematting and goo grenades going off. I'm sure it was a crazy amount of distractions. Not really any chance for a steal, but yeah, good work.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, that stagger that we were talking about, it is underway. This cash out is about halfway completed, but it might be just enough to cause these teams to hesitate in whether or not they want to actually push forward on this point. Of note, Kingfish have opened Vault 3, as well as being in control of this cash out. Looks like they've sent one of their players off to do the progression work, the tempo work for their team. They do get that point open. This Lion over there, it looks like nobody is actually interested in Vault 3 just yet. Looks like Big Splash spawned in, but in the meantime, while they make their way on over, make their journey towards that next cash out, this one is getting heated and underway. It looks like this cash out is going to drop a couple of floors. The goo not able to save Louis Bull, and the steal attempt is going to try and come through here. It looks like the Livewires might be able to secure it. Nobody's there to stop it. And there it is. That is a beautiful steal and another AK, most likely going to go into the bank accounts of the Livewires.
Oh yeah, no, they're not going to lose that one at all. I love to see the usage of the smoke grenade as well to provide them some good cover. Excuse me, maybe not the smoke grenade, but the fire, whatever. I'm blanking on words today. What do you even call those? Fire extinguishers. There we go. Why are words so difficult? I think it's the chaos of triple medium, just making it so hard.
It certainly does. The chaos really kind of just leaves you boggled, just completely just... I'm even losing the words now. You're kind of bringing that over to me, but I was thinking about it, and I'm so glad that we've got triple mediums because, like I mentioned at the very beginning of this game, you know, if we had triple lights, it would have been poke on poke on poke on poke, and we had triple heavies, it would have been brawl on brawl on brawl on brawl. And I think this is our happy medium, so to speak, here of these teams just kind of playing together, making the carnage, all three of them being medium.
I really have to know if that pun was intended or not.
Oh yeah, okay. Like it was kind of intended, but like I could see it. Like I was envisioning it as I started speaking it. It was a beauty. That is a diamond APS turret. That APS turret is beautiful, and it looks like we've got a steal attempt coming through on Big Splash.
I love this too. Again, it was the smoke grenade. I was correct the first time. This is going to be a free steal from the Livewires. Ray Ray, the last member alive on the Livewires, snatching that money the last possible second, but now they're in trouble here as two members of the Big Splash coming from the side, and they're going to be able to finish off Ray Ray, and they're going to be able to get the money back. So was it really worth it in the end, V?
Was it really worth it? You know, I think if I'm Ray Ray, I did the best I could, and I'm going to blame my teammates and move on like a true solo queue player.
Good call, good call. It's never your fault. Take no responsibility ever. And if it is your responsibility, then you deny even harder. I love that. But Big Splash,
absolutely,
gonna be walking away with the cash here. I'm also noticing we have some meteorites landing in the area. Of course, the cash out's done, so that's not gonna really play too much into this, but now things are under control. Meanwhile, we do have, unfortunately, the Kingfish getting wiped out there. And now a steal attempt is being made, but the Big Splash coming in from underneath. This could be disruptive for the Boundless.
This certainly could. That was a beautiful fight from the Boundless. All three of them grouped together in that fight, really taking that as a team, showing up together. And there's a steal attempt coming through, and I'm not so sure that this team, they do have a DMAT available to them, but it looks like they're not using it to stop it just yet. But in the nick of time, they do. They stop that first steal attempt, and it looks like they've got those gas grenades ready to be used at any moment here. Big Splash is already only down to 1 player here, and so is the Livewires. We've got 3 teams fighting here, and there's only 2 players on the opposing 2 teams, and so it's going to be a heck of a fight. And speaking of heck of a fight, this cash outs are just so mega staggered. The stagger has continued all the way through this game.
Yeah, the tempo really, really off, and I think that's kind of resulted in some of these teams maybe struggling a little bit more. I mean, I think everybody's pretty much comfortable with the weapons for the most part. Even if you don't main medium, these are not difficult weapons to pick up and play with. But I think the issue, of course, is just because of how staggered everything has been, some teams have just literally not been in a position to really get anything on the board here. We do, however, see the final little bit of the game coming. We have a little bit of overtime now, and a steal attempt is being made as well. Unfortunately, the stall does come in, and that's going to be devastating for the Kingfish. And with the gas down, too, I'm seeing gas mines in play, which is very valuable in a situation like this. I think the Boundless are going to be walking away with the cash here.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an interesting choice for Fuxaze. For Fuchs to go for that res instead of trying to stick that point in that 1v1 there. I know that there was quite a lot of stall available to the Boundless, but would have been nice to have been able to attempted it for the money. But I guess they were sitting comfortable here with their nice 34,000. Maybe they're not too worried about it as I am.
Yeah, well, now all eyes are onto the Livewires here, as they are in control of our absolute final box. Well, could be final, as there is a vault in play. They could go in for a cheeky little double, one of these teams, but this is where it all comes down, V. This is the absolute final moment of triple medium mayhem here in the finals on this beautiful day of Monday Customs with the Ape Squad community and all of our communities combined. Isn't this great?
This is fantastic. I think you're finally picking up on these word plays here. Look at all those M words you're throwing out, making it wonderful as a listener. To
marvelous really... even, huh?
Marvelous even. Exactly, precisely, beautifully. 20 seconds on the clock, however, and it looks like there's nobody close enough for this steal attempt. They're going to have to really go for a bit of a Hail Mary as the time ticks away slowly. Mines placed everywhere and anywhere is from training. Big Splasher trying to get in there, trying to make a frag happen, trying to make that steal attempt, but is ultimately going to be fruitless as that cash out makes its way to the Livewires bank account. $40,000, securing them first place.
Yeah, I guess, you know, we could say for the Livewires, they were kind of playing on medium mode, you know, not hard mode, not exactly easy. Just a nice, steady, average day for them here in the arena. We love to see it. Good job.
One might say that.
Oh my goodness. See, now you're picking it up. We're in tune. This is collaboration. We're finding something marvelous here, I have to say.
Oh man.
But what more can we say about that? It was so staggered, so disgustingly staggered too, throughout most of that engagement. I also think we saw in chat Osmosis Jones crashed for a split second there, which again, very unfortunate, causing a little bit of disruption for the teams out there again. But good job overall to the Livewires in what was certainly a difficult game overall with all of the different stuff going on with the loadouts. We're not going to torture you this, guys. We'll go back to doing whatever you want. Okay, maybe later on, though, we'll torture you. I don't know. Can't say anything about the future, can I, be?
I think you can say a little something about the future because I know we're in control, and I'm looking forward to seeing it once again. Looking forward, add another one to that counter there. That was so fun. I love that. That was so much fun. Sometimes playing those random loadouts can get a little aggravating, especially if you get set with something that's really not that good, but I really think that was a gem. That was a fantastic game to experience and just watch these teams go at it in a way that you just don't get to see in the current meta and in the current past few metas, really. That was just absolutely beautiful. And but switching gears, looking forward to this next match, I cannot wait to see what our next map is going to be. There's quite a lot of maps in the finals up until this point now, so there really are a lot of options in front of us. Of course, with the exception of Kyoto, nobody wants to see Kyoto in this day and age. We do not need to see that here.
I demand 5 gifted subs before we even consider Kyoto. Okay, we don't do Kyoto for free. Okay, if you want to torture us, we're gonna need a little bit of a paycheck. I'm gonna be honest. But team, We do have our next game loaded up. We've shifted up the teams ever so slightly again, and we are going to be jumping in to an absolute classic. We are going to be doing Sis Horizon. Are you excited for this one?
The comp map of all time. Yes, this is a great map. This is a map that just plays phenomenal. I'm not very good at map analysis, and so I haven't spent any time trying to figure out what makes it so freaking good, so darn good compared to these other maps, which are good maps, but Sis Horizon just has that special sauce, and it does it right.
I think for me, why I think a lot of people like this map is because there's no variance of it, right? It's always the same style. It's very even in terms of the height differential, so you're never going to see necessarily a team like all the way up in the sky unless they have like goo grenades, grappling hooks, and they're all the way at the very tippy top, which in that case, what is going on? But it just plays out consistently. I think it's the most predictable map of the finals.
That would make a lot of sense. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, especially with how the way that the height plays out on this map is pretty well choreographed as well. The buildings are big, the floors are big, so there's really no way to have such an insane surprise of a height hold. And so I'm looking forward to this. We're finally kicking off our next game of the night here. Nobody is running a set comp here. They're all running whatever they feel like. And I guess the Kingfish feel like running triple light today.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't know. We didn't force them to do this. They could have done whatever they want. They already have 2 members down on the Kingfish, unfortunately. Breadsy also gone. Not ideal, V. Not ideal.
Not ideal is definitely a way to put it. I would say that is about as light as it gets. But on the other side of the map, however, this vault is getting opened up. It does run to completion, and these teams are fighting tooth and nail to make sure that they get this point in control. And is that the live wires stealing the point? Is that what I'm seeing, or is that a different point? It is a different point. Okay, I was about to be in shock and dismay, but that plug does come through. The Speak Splash are going to be securing their own box that they rightfully earned.
Yeah, but live wires, look at them. They're actually lurking on the outskirts. If we see a battle between Big Splash and the Boundless Breakout, look at this. Recobs with the 93R searching. They heard the res come in, and they're hunting. This is devious, and there it is! Chrome gone! They're going to have to be polished up so they can get back out in the fight there. And now we do have more picks coming in. The defib, unfortunately, a bit of a farm. Chrome maybe turned into a cabbage, perhaps even a asparagus, as they were just snatched from the soil and sent back into the spawn screen.
Man, it is a symphony for the ears tonight, but the Boundless are in a bit of a pickle here because they did get that coin off, they did get that res off, and so they're just continuously not wiping, kind of being almost a bit of a big question mark for these teams, because it's so much easier to clock the pacing of where these players are going to be and how they're going to spawn when you hear those team wipe sounds, when you see those team wipe countdowns. But you don't have that here, and the Boundless started off this game fighting the Big Splash, and then they ran away, and they were surprised by the live wires, who ended up defending a point nearby. And now they're back at it here, fighting the live wires, trying to make something out of this fight.
Yeah, right again. The engagement begins, and it looks like things are on the side of the live wires. The first elimination comes out from Bronze Energy from behind, and they are just continuing to turn it up. Tarnu is completely gone, and it's just Chrome left standing. But with so many members of the live wires, it was all said and done right away. Good cleanup from the live wires. They might be the most dominant force, perhaps even the most electric in this arena today.
I think I would agree with you on that one. They are showing up, and they are playing beautifully here, especially when you've got a powerhouse like Recobs on your team, just showing up and getting those frags, just like that V9S, trying to make its connections here from Nokari on the Big Splash. As they continue to defend their cash out, it's almost completed as it's going underway here. It's going to be hard to see if anyone's going to even be able to get this steal, as Bronze Energy takes Nokari down to 35 HP, but it's not enough to get that frag. And the live wires are hunting. They're a little bit hungry to just try and get the frags that they want to find, but they're not going to be getting a steal. Not yet, anyways.
No money for them, sadly, but perhaps bullets into their enemies, as we see Nokari again Brought down to critical HP here. This could be devastating. Nukari must be careful, but wait a second. The Serpent lying in wait. There's a beautiful kill onto Recobs. Recob must cob again if he wants to try and kill Nukari. And I mean, we're on one. I'm telling you, we're funny as hell right now. I'm gonna be honest.
Yes, I think so. And the lion playing with his prey gets the prey.
Yo!
Oh my gosh, what a great day. I'm having so much fun right now. I hope our contestants are having as much fun as we are currently.
Oh, I'd hope so. I'd hope so, especially when you're as crazy to be running triple light as the Kingfish, who do have this cash out underway. They're in control, the only cash out of this match. Omar, dude, these players have the hardest name. I'm gonna call him Omar here. Running that sword is a bold play and a dagger. Following that up, is that triple melee? Oh no.
Oh, no. Oh, the sword not exactly working out for Omar at this exact moment. But they'll try again for certain. Without a doubt. Right now, though, we have Big Splash locked in a heated battle with the live wires once again. Recob has cobbed again, as we predicted a moment ago. And now, live wires up on top. They have the numbers. They have the high ground as well. This could be an opportunity for them to punish the Big Splash, but instead they're opting, let's stay focused on the money, and they're making a move over towards the other cash out. I mean, look at this team. It's so staggered once again. There's only one cash out in play, and if I'm seeing this correctly, I don't think the other vault's even been tapped.
I think you are seeing that correctly, because I guess these players on the live wires of Big Splash were ready to take that fight, even to the detriment of the tempo of this fight, as Lion is just fragging out here, just absolutely shredding his food in front of him, going for this steal on this cash out. Nobody is left alive on the Boundless. Looks like another team is here, and that team is the live wires. Nobody has opened Vault 4. This is going to be a very interesting end of the game. A nice, beautiful pick, and possibly a second on the melee. That is beautiful. Lion is just showing up, fragging after fragging, getting nullified. Is able to stay alive here, just trying to stay alive, just barely. And going to continue to try and defend this point as it runs itself to the end.
Yeah, with all the players around here, I don't think there's going to be any opportunity really for a swap in ownership, especially with how little time is remaining here. Even though the Big Splash, they are getting a little bit active in securing some eliminations here. Just not going to work out. Bronze Energy, though, getting one onto the Big Splash. So the tides are turning here for the Big Splash. Right now, though, eyes are going to be on the last vaults of this game here. Again, crazy that that vault did not get tapped until this very moment. I don't understand how that happens.
Yeah, and if I'm the Boundless, I think it's a very interesting choice to decide to open Vault 4 in this instance here. Go for this money, because it is a significantly less amount of money. It's significantly less sum than that other Vault 5, but I guess they knew they wouldn't get as much pushback as if they did go for Vault 5, as it looks like the Kingfish are choosing to do.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of players, I mean, especially with all this goo, perhaps players are now becoming aware of the Boundless' strategy, and maybe they just don't want to deal with it. They'd rather fight for the vault that's not been plugged yet. No one has a firm hold on it just yet. They would rather just get more and more money, but if we go wide angle here, I mean, you can just see the devastation as we have our little alien friends. Oh my gosh, it's like Galaga. Look at them, raining terror onto our friends below.
Terror is raining onto our friends below. The Big Splash left once again as Nukari does get that teammate back up. Fuxays is back. And the Boundless, again, defending this point, and it looks like it actually might come in for a double. There is exactly 0 seconds of overtime added to that clock, which is really appreciated. That is an important thing to add to the UI. But Vault 5 has a full minute to be plugged because there is no overtime still. And so it'll be interesting to see if our players are going to be looking for that plug or not. And I think the live wires want nothing to do with that plug. Looking for that frag, almost able to get it, does get that frag onto a whale as Recobs. Again, just cobbing and cobbing again, like we've been predicting through and through this match.
Yes, lots of cobs being plucked out of the ground here. We love to see it, though. Boundless, we stay on board with them right now. They are still in control of their money, but now the Kingfish and the live wires are fighting together. But there is the kill. Bredzi completely gone. There's Recobs. No, Chrome gets cobbed out. That's so unfortunate for them. Boundless are really struggling here. How can they compete against the Cobb? I mean, they're just not ready for it. At every opportunity, they just can't seem to get a grasp on the Cobb. Even though the Boundless are going to be holding on to this cash here, I think Recob, certainly the MVP of this entire match, in my opinion, V.
Yeah, and I'm going to be curious to see the kill feed here as we roll through our credits here. Wonderful match. I mean, Recob was cobbing and then cobbing again. Lion was hungry for the meal. That was a dynamic duo that you probably don't want to see it on a team again, because you know that game is about to be over. Almost an entirety of that golden wall to be shown, and that is that's just crazy. I mean, 13 frags on Recob, 11 frags on Lion, and Nukari with 10 frags trying to do their best to keep their team afloat. That's a lot of kills.
Yeah, I mean, and let's talk about Bronze, too, for a moment, all right? Let's not leave out Bronze here in this whole thing, because Bronze was critical to this whole game. A lot of people were worried maybe Bronze Energy stands for their rank, but no, it's in fact Bronze Energy, as in you're going to be going back to the Bronze Age when I'm done with these enemies in this lobby. So they know what they're doing. This stack was, like, actually scary. Maybe we made a mistake putting these three players together, because like we were saying earlier, maybe these squads end up going to the TGM. Who knows?
Who knows is right. You really can never know if these teams are gearing up to go into that TGM. They could just find that synergy, that surprise synergy that they can build together in these crazy customs and just show up and dominate like we saw. And then next thing you know, you'll have Recob cobbing these players in the Grand Major.
Wow, that'd be the most terrifying thing if we had Recob cobbing all over the place in the major, because I don't think anybody would be ready for that, quite frankly. But damn, I mean, hey, we're gonna be having a new game in just a moment here, of course. But V, we've seen a lot of games tonight. We've seen a lot of crazy strategies, a lot of crazy stuff going on. What are you thinking right now? Is there a weapon in particular, or maybe a piece of util that we've not seen that you're excited to see, most importantly?
A piece of util that we have not seen that I would like to see.
Mm.
Oh, man.
Or a weapon or specialization, one or the other. Anything at all.
That's a tough question. There's a lot of options on the board. I don't even know if I could narrow that down enough for us.
Well, Whale is saying sword.
Too many options here. Sword? Oh, man. Sword would be diabolical. You know, I think... Can we take that idea and run a little bit? Can I run a little bit with that idea? Maybe we do a little bit of a sword action, but not just sword. Maybe a sword, dual swords and spear. Is that too crazy? Is that too absurd? Is that too diabolical? Is that too miserable?
Do like, well, first off, that's okay if it's miserable. We're not the ones playing it. First off, number one. I honestly would be down for another wacky one if we wanted to do like all melee, I guess. Do you want to do that? Give them a little bit more.
We'll give them a little bit of freedom, sure. In their little tiny box of fun, we'll give them a little bit of wiggle room.
Well, guys, let me drop the code. We're going to do all a melee for this next one, as V has decided. All right. The code is now in the chat. Feel free to join. But again, if you join, keep in mind, you must use a melee weapon. If you are not using a melee weapon, it's going to make us really sad. Okay. We don't want that.
That's right. You don't want us to be sad, because, you know, we'll just be up here. We'll just be sad face the whole time. No commentary, nothing. Two big fat sad faces. And everybody will be unhappy. And we just don't need any of that tonight.
No, sadness is not what we're here for. We're here for fun and happiness and joy. And what more can be achieved in that manner than playing melee only in a friendly match?
Yes, of course.
And we could torture them more and put it on Kyoto, but we would not do that. All right, again, we would not do that. We're going to do...
it would be painful.
Nozomi Citadel as our map.
All right. Not a terrible choice. The one that almost got vibed in at the very beginning is being brought on in finally an hour and a half into the games. It's going to get its glory spot, the time to shine. And it's going to be nice and shiny, and the map might be a little bit quiet. it's always fun to be spectating melee only games because, you know, a lot of the times you're expecting these teams to be fighting. You got gunshots just ringing out on left and right, across the map, in the distance. We're not going to have any of that here. It's just going to be quiet, stealthy, stabby stab.
Quiet, stealthy, stabby stab indeed. Yes, guys, we have one final slot available in the chat. I'll repost it again. I also see people asking about utility. Guys, go to town. You can pull out RPG. You could bring Data Reshaper. You could even decide, screw it. I'm going to bring like some wacky, useless stuff, like perhaps, what do they call it? The medium, like thermal thingy that you can like shoot through the wall with the flashbang.
Thermobore, I think is what it's called.
Well, that's for the
Probably.
light.
Oops,
what is it called?
Wrong bore.
Wrong bore.
Hold on.
Too many
Wrong
bores.
bore.
Wrong
There's too many
bore.
bores in the game. Not enough bore. Hold on. No, that one's escaping me.
Why is it so hard?
Wall explodey boy. Dude, you're killing me. How am I not remembering this one? This is
Just
just
what I'm talking about. Like,
all right.
CNS is messing
All
with
right.
our minds. Our
Dude,
VIA chips may have been compromised.
Dude,
I'm gonna be honest.
our VIA chips, you know, it was, you know, the VIA told me that the rogue thoughts, they're not mine. They're trying to neutralize them. Instead, I think it's only rogue thoughts, Beaver. It's only rogue thoughts. They've neutralized all the real regular thoughts.
That's okay. Hey, listen, we're going into Nozomi Citadel. That's the map with the VIA building, so maybe we can meet with a representative. Perhaps we can chat with them, figure out, you know, speak with their support team. I hear it's legendary. They get like 5 stars on TripAdvisor and stuff like that on Yelp. The Better Business Bureau also rates them very highly. So we'll see if we can figure it out, guys. We'll see if we can figure it out.
Good.
But we're getting in to an amazing round. Melee only. Again, only melee weapons. No guns allowed.
I'm
Also,
looking forward to
important to mention as well, does not include the throwing knives. That is technically a gun, kind of. You cannot use throwing knives.
That is a gun.
Very clear.
The throwing knives gun is very gunly with bullets that shoot thrown knives.
Technically. But no throwing knives. No throwing knives.
Well, I can't wait to get and arrive at my VIA Airbnb because this game is going to be crazy and I'm looking forward to it getting underway. Silently stabby mode, if you will. And maybe we can get those rogue thoughts on out of there in the process. In the meantime, I don't have much else to say. I hope we're loading in very shortly here, Beaver,
we are loaded in. In fact, again, V, every time you mention it, we're in the game.
I should start mentioning it more.
Yeah, you should, because the games would just start instantly.
Yes, precisely. Here we go, making our way to our humble abode onto Nozomi Citadel. Hello, VIA representative. Please coin me.
Coin me? Isn't that bad? Wouldn't that mean you die?
Well, sometimes it's the most efficient process to get rid of those rogue thoughts.
We already had someone die by falling off the map.
Oh no, Kari, you're not supposed to follow my advice so literally. Down goes a few of these players here. 2v3ing it even. I believe Nokari fell off the map, and Bronze Energy and Chrome showed up for the team.
Chrome may have stepped on a gas mine at the very last second, though. So
well,
that may have been a problem.
I mean, it happens. You know, sometimes you fall off the map. Sometimes you hit the gas mine. Sometimes you take a 2v3 and win.
Well, let's lock in here on the Kingfish, who, no guns, so again, they're just going to be stabbing each other. The Boundless, up on the rooftop right now, it's a 1v2 here, training. In a bit of a pickle here as they are brought down to 30 HP, but they are dashing away for their lives. They use that gateway to good advantage here. And now it's just a battle on the rooftops. Have we seen this before?
I think we might have seen this a little bit before. Just a low HP training is just able to get out and try and stay alive. Lots of technical mouse movements being used on these daggers. If you're able to get that netcode to play nice with you like Turtle just did there, you can get a beautiful backstab in what seems to be an absolute absurd fashion. And it's just incredible the sheer quantity of dagger skins that exist in the game. And just the variety in the way that they're being held. Turtle with this tiny little thing is able to do so much damage in a beautiful backstab again.
Oh, but the rest of the Boundless, they're not taking that, quite frankly. There it is, Ray coming in with a good stab, and there's the finish! A nice little quick melee kill to finish them off, and Kingfish are now completely gone. The res comes in. They're going to be able to snatch up that money. and walk away. That's a good start because, again, I think stealing is going to be really challenging with not having guns, of course. That might prove to be a little bit problematic for some of these teams. We'll see how the melee-only comp affects each team individually as we continue on. We do have, of course, the big splash in control of their own box right now, and a turret causing a lot of mayhem here. There's Fix with the steal attempt. The null goes out, though. Again, buying them so much time here.
Yeah, there's just so many options that are just running through my mind of how you want to choose to play this melee-only strat. A steal attempt coming through and a right-click ready to prime and take one down. Unfortunately, that steal attempt has been halted once again, but these players are just so creative in their loadout decisions because these turrets are about the only gun that is allowed right now because it is a specialization. These dual swords can be used offensively and defensively when in these stall attempts, when these steal attempts. But the Big Splash are going to be able to hold on to this cache, and that nullifier, of course, is just so useful as a pseudo gun. Beautiful butterfly knife. Love the animations in this new butterfly knife that they've added. Big fan of the butterfly knives in games. But this cache out
one in
has
Counter-Strike, maybe?
Oh, I've had many in my days. I did sell all of mine off recently to get a couple of bucks in my bank account. Not really been playing Counter-Strike as much recently. Been all up over the finals, so I just decided that.
Of course.
My
Understandable.
days are finally over, as this is just like the craziest rooftop fight, just like of all time. The standoff training using the grapple. I'm losing my words as well. Once again, training does win that hack and slash fight.
I will say, it's so interesting how mobility plays a critical role in these melee-only fights, because light v light, grapple hooks just a 360 around your opponent, then invis bomb to like get behind them without being seen. But I actually love to see the proximity sensor coming out and the glitch mine. Those are two pieces of util that I think are so important actually in a melee-only match as we're doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as a viewer, this is just so wild. Just left click simulator. You miss a couple right clicks and then you just start slashing away. That's the entirety of the fight. The fight is just swing, swing, ching, ching,
shing, 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 shing.
I don't know. It's doing something to my mind, man. It's just wild. It's just something else. It is exciting to see that winch hammer in use, though. That one is much more familiar in the game because it has been in metas previously. That winch, that right click is scary as he dashes, makes his way to safety with that grapple. They can see each other rezzing right in front of each other, but they're just not able to do anything about it because they don't have the range. That's just one of the peculiarities with running melee only.
I love the build that Big Splash are running right now. This is powerful. Kingfish not able to counter that whatsoever. Loved the use of the glitch mines, loved the proximity sensors. That gives them so much intel, but let's swap over, take a look at the other fight here. Livewires in control. They were able to wipe out the Boundless there with no issue whatsoever, and they might walk away with their cash. Both, for once, we have a game that's not staggered to oblivion here. Isn't that nice, V?
That is nice, and sometimes I guess it takes forcing everyone to stop shooting each other.
Never seen anyone so.
Very awesome tech here from Fixie's Hairline 2. Presuming that there's a number 1 in that category there to be posted up on the balloons of all things. This cash out is almost ran to completion. That riot shield, one of my most hated things in the game. I really hate that gadget, but it doesn't matter because they are going to secure themselves that cash out even as they chase Ray away, if you will, from this cash out.
Yeah, Ray in a bit of a pickle here right now. Oh my gosh, the whale getting a nice kill with the sword now. It's actually interesting to see the riot shield. I'm curious why the riot shield, because normally you'd see that, you know, for use against blocking bullets, but I don't know if that can actually block knives. Can a riot shield block knives? Do we know?
I always forget because I never encounter them and I never use them, but I'm pretty sure it can block damage from melees and stuff. But I don't think it blocks it entirely. I know it definitely blocks explosives. Shout out to the RPG I shot right at the foot of Riot Shield user, and it did exactly 0 damage, and I was very sad.
Well, Thixie's hairline is getting ready to dive in there for a bit of a battle. Went through the gateway that the Boundless plopped down on the ground, and looks like they may have actually caught a player on the flank here. But now no targets in sight. They're going to have to reposition here. I love how sneaky they are being, but now they are caught out. That recon grenade does it in for them. Breadsy, though, securing 1 kill with the dagger. And now Livewire's on the back foot here. And Thixie realizes that. Thixie's hairline knows it's best to take advantage of what we have and get that box plugged.
Certainly quite annoying to deal with those windows that are just 1 floor above. There's just no real smooth way to interact with them to get your way through them without doing some sort of double jump decision-making tech. Thixie's hairline, last member on their team, trying to defend that sword. Did not connect because that nullifier was there just in time to stop any damage coming through. Trying to prime these teleports in a way to continue to keep that pressure alive. Is able to keep that pressure alive. A beautiful use of these teleports to make sure to keep that point in their control. Both of their players are going to have to coin, but actually Mar is actually not have any coins left. Used them all earlier in the game, and that might cost them a bit of a situation because both of these boxes are plugged and they're not very well staggered.
Am I seeing all teams converged here? Am I seeing that correct?
I think you are, because I believe the Kingfish are going to, if they want to secure themselves second place, they need to either get kills or another cash out. So they are all the way over here, and they are interested in trying to go for this. And any other team should be able to recognize that and make their way on over. These boxes aren't staggered, and it should be an easier play to go for the 3v3.
Well, a steal attempt is being made. It does come in successful, and now the Kingfish in control of both boxes? That is brilliant to see. Wow. We do see good old Chrome chasing a member almost off the map there. They were able to dash away back in for safety, but now a steal attempt is made. Chrome gets blocked off at the last second. That could have been critical for the big splash if they held that, but it doesn't work out, and now a second attempt being made. The glitch, the nullify, and they get it. What an incredible play by the big splash.
That is an incredible steal attempt. I was almost hoping that they didn't get it because it would be an incredible storyline for the Kingfish to get both boxes. But the big splash don't care about my feelings. They care about securing themselves their first place spot. And Thixie's hairline might have something to say about that. The steal keeps going through, even through the fall, and continues. Oh my days, a beautiful steal to secure themselves back into that first place spot. That was a crazy ending for a melee-only game. That was a crazy melee-only game.
I cannot believe how that went, quite frankly. What a tremendous round of melee-only. A lot of lights. I mean, I guess I expected that considering the mobility advantage that lights have when it comes to melee, but my goodness. I think the heavies were a little bit bullied in that game for the most part.
Yeah, you say heavies, but there was only one heavy. I don't know how we didn't clock this during the game. Two triple light teams and only one heavy that game. That was a crazy game. You know, we were talking about how the steals were going to be made a little bit different, a little bit harder to go for, a little bit harder to defend. And that's exactly what we got at the end of that game. Those steals were just almost impossible to defend. I mean, we saw Chrome being forced off of that box from that dagger, but simply because he wanted to get that frag and secure himself from getting a backstab, not because he was worried about getting stopped really in any real capacity. It was just so different.
Yeah, great game overall. And now it's time to look ahead because I think we have time for one final game. Is that correct? I want to hear from our production, of course, to make sure.
That's correct.
That is indeed correct. One final game. Listen, we've had our fun, okay? I was happy to see a melee only. Let's not torture these contestants any longer. Let's give them a nice moment of freedom to enjoy whatever they would like. And we can swap it over to something else. But actually, Whale in the chat, wait a second, maybe they want to be tortured. They're asking for a random loadout. What are you feeling, V? Do you want to give them freedom or do we demand a random loadout that everybody uses?
What? I think that we could give them a little bit of a little bit of both, if you will. You know, have your cake and eat it too. Ask them if there's enough of them asking for that random loadout. We might have to pull out either that random loadout or the other random one. I don't know. There's two different levels of the random loadout. We've only seen one tonight, and I think it would be a blast to have the random loadout. If I were to put in a request myself, I think I really want to see a little bit of Las Vegas Stadium to end us off, unless you had another one in mind for
Las
map.
Vegas is perfect for the map. As far as what we do for this final game, I mean, we're seeing people recommend shotguns only. We're seeing people say snipers, for example. Some people saying they want to see all random. V, I'm not a decisive person. I don't like making decisions. I'm going to put this burden onto you, okay? V, whatever you say is what we're doing tonight.
Well, you know what? I had a lot of fun with that triple medium game, and I think I want to roll that one more time, play the gambling game, but not for everything, just for the class and what was the other one? The weapon. I think that would be a comfortable middle ground choice for our teams here to kind of just see what we end up with.
Well, all right.
I think that's the play.
V has spoken, guys. Okay, it was not my decision. It was V. So we're going to be doing a random team comp that will select whatever weapon and also class you are required to use. So let's go ahead and take a look at what it picks for us here today as the computer spins up. This is a very critical calculation it has to make, of course. We have one light with LH1, a medium with R357, and a heavy with the 50 akimbos.
This is going to be spicy. I mean, you know, a beautiful light, medium, heavy to end the game off is just, I mean, you know, icing on the cake. These are some pretty bizarre weapon comps here. You know, the LH1 on the light is going to be pretty devastating, especially if you can get those long range angles off. The revolver on the medium is also going to be devastating. And then the 50 akimbos are going to be just, it's just devastation across the board is all I can say. You just got to hope your aim is locked in because these weapons are less forgiving than they might seem.
Well, let's go ahead and lock that in. We're going to give our contestants a moment to, you know, figure out their loadouts, of course. Again, that must be the composition, but they can decide between themselves. Okay, maybe I'll play light. You go ahead and be the medium. I'll take on the Deagles. It is what it is, team. All right. This will be our last game of the evening, but I want to say really quick before we jump into our final game, I hope you had a wondrous time playing with us. This is going to be an explosive final match, I'm sure. If you would like to come back, please come back. We do customs all the time, either at Ape Squads or my own channel. Shout out to Ape Squads. V, thank you for being here. Thank you to all the players for joining. Thanks for the KCP crew for coming by as well. It's going to be a good game, all right? We also have Sansoyo in the lobby, which is crazy. Does Sansoyo want to spectate, or should we throw Sansoyo into a player match? What do you think?
I think he rolled up to play, if I'm being honest. I don't think he's here to spectate. He has us to spectate for him.
Damn. We might have to do it. We might have to do it. All right, we're going to make a swap a little bit. I'm so sorry to one of these players.
Oh, we're booting a player for Sansoyo. I didn't know about that.
Sansoyo has too much aura. I'm sure Bronze Energy would understand. Okay, Bronze Energy, you were an absolute titan.
Bronze Energy, we loved him. I loved him.
I know. I'm sorry.
There's only so many games in our customs. You just have to come back again. It's just not enough games to get everybody in, and that's just how it is sometimes, I guess.
We're going to be doing more games in the future. Thank you, Bronze Energy, for being good chap about it. I appreciate it. Guys, Las Vegas Stadium, Sansoyo in the lobby, and just to add a little extra sprinkle of pain for our contestants there, I've also activated the Dead Go Boom. So,
oh
yes,
boy,
yes, fun will be had by many tonight, I'm sure.
Fun will be had. Dead Go Boom is one of the I stand by as one of the most overpowered arena events in my opinion, because it just, if you play your cards right in your team fights, you basically, you know, you go from getting that first pick kind of opens up the fight for your team to being that first pick is a steamroll to basically secure your team the rest of that team wipe instantaneously if you're able to play your cards right.
Absolutely. You're 100% on top of it. I can't wait to see a team that is just clumped together in a corner. All of a sudden, it gets activated right at the same time a grenade comes in. One of them explodes, and then boom, they all die at the exact same moment. So that'll be fun. But we're going to be jumping in again. LH1 the Revolver on the medium, and the Deagle 50 Akimbos are going to be the loadouts we see today. So LMH for every single team. I'm excited for this one, team. This should be a fun one.
LMH to round out the game. Was just about to ask, where is the lobby? Because we are loading in finally for the final time tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Just a couple of minutes away. Gonna be sad to see us go, but we're not gonna go out without some powerful weapons. As we load on into the wonderful Las Vegas Stadium, I of course make it a habit, make it a tradition, if you will, to make a note about how I love this map just a little bit more than the original Las Vegas. I'm so glad that they made a couple more quality of life options in the way that they've remade this map. Always like to make a note of that before we jump into the fighting here, because the Big Splash are taking lots of health away, but they've already gotten that frag onto Fixays as they're going to be forced to go for that revive, as Fixie's hairline is carrying their team in that defense.
Yeah, right now, pressure's on. Fixie does get caught out again by Nokari on the Revolver. The Dome Shield providing such a great head peek without any repercussion right there. But one of their players walks away with a sliver of health. Right as I say that, though, Chrome comes in to finish the job, and now it's just Fix, the last member standing for the Livewires right now. Can they repair what has been broken on their team as the Big Splash continue to hunt around?
There is just one soul member alive. I'm not sure if they're waiting for coins or waiting for reses, but we will just have to see, because that second box has been plugged. Lots of clean shots come out, and Ray ends up being the winner of that 1v1 on that light. 18 HP to their name. Taking away, down to just one bar, is Training. Able to run away, but is getting actively chased by Whale on that medium heal beam. But that point is going to continue to be defended as high ground is being held by the Boundless.
Yeah, right now I think they're in a pretty decent position, all things considered. The moment they go in for a stale, they're going to be able to probably pounce. But if we take a look over at the Big Splash right now, if we can swap over there, we have Chrome and Sansoyo all left alone. Their third is dead. Nokari must coin here in a second. The Livewires, clearly what happened at the start of this game, they're taking it personally. They are not having that. And there goes the pounce. The gateway comes in. So much damage. Chrome drops off the map. That's one kill, though, from Sansoyo with the LH1. There's a second as well. Fix, though, with the res coming in with the defib. And now it's currently a 2v3 as there's a brief pause in this battle. But, oh! Fix completely caught off guard as they are jump padding up to the roof there. Livewires, this is not looking good for them, quite frankly.
Yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful domination coming from Sansoyo here, just shredding the lobby on that LH1, showing up strong, showing that he was made to have his spot carved out for him here. Both teams on either side of the map have been wiped, and it looks like defense is being secured here from our Kingfish. Almost a nice little play here with that winch in that anti-grab to kind of bring that box up and out, give themselves a little bit more of a sight line as these teams spawn in. A, well and secured by the Big Splash, but B, not so sure if that's going to be secured. I think that will be, because these players are getting absolutely destroyed. So many beautiful shots, and is able to clean that game up. Lion on like 2 HP, trying to go and continue to push that. Maybe is going to be able to find that, using his teammate as a bait, looking for those shots. And his teammate did get that frag to clean it up, but it wasn't without lots of damage from Lion.
Yeah, really good work on their front. I mean, they dominated in that fight right there. As we click over, Boundless are completely gone too. They're going to have to coin in. We are seeing two Titans form right now. Look at this. Big Splash and also the Kingfish with almost the same, in fact, exactly the same amount of money. And then we have the Livewires and we have the Boundless also with the same amount of money, but just much further down on the leaderboard.
Oh, the rich keep getting richer and the poor are staying poor in this game. It's looking rough if you're on one of those bottom two teams, Boundless or Livewires, but your hope should not be dashed just yet, because there's so much game ahead of us. We've already hit the halftime, believe it or not, and we've only just begun our next set of cash outs. as that first one does get plugged by the Kingfish and underway. There is the halftime, actually, is believe it or not. And this next one should be getting plugged very shortly.
Yeah, the plug will be coming in here in a moment, which will start up the battle here. Hopefully the live wires can hold on to it during this battle, but let's take a look over at the Kingfish right now, as a steal attempt is being made on their box by the Boundless, but look at the grab cube. Find them a little bit of time there. That was a great stall by the Kingfish. A charge and slam as well on the Boundless. And it works out well for them too. Bredzi able to secure that elimination.
Dead Goes Boom is currently active. That could change the tides of this game. These players are not using those explosives to their advantage just yet, but this Winch Claw is causing them a lot of problems, especially with that anti-grav cube out and about, trying to find an RPG, and ends up taking himself out, his turtle. And now these players are alive, and this cash out is in the most bizarre of circumstance. Does almost get that frag onto Whale. They're forced to drop it down, try and find something. These players are continuously forced to on and off at this point. The headshots are coming through, and they're quicker than that H+. And there is a throw from that Dead Go Boom event, but I'm not so sure that there's going to be enough time left for our players. Whale, last man alive, is going to go down for that team wipe on the Boundless.
Now this is kind of a slam dunk, quite frankly, for the Kingfish. Their defense is on point. The Winch with the beautiful anti-gravity cube combo is working out perfectly. It's almost like they rehearsed this, but there's no way they could have known that, quite frankly. Meanwhile, live wires right now, Thixie's hairline, we gotta need to check in on that, as it's probably completely gone with those headshots they just took. My goodness, they are getting H infused up, but there's the revolver to deal a ton of damage, and they're pouncing. They're taking full advantage of the opening pick they have, and this might be a full-on farm, and indeed it is. Thixie's hairline now becomes Thixie's carrot, and he was armed.
Yeah, and Sensoyo, of course, showing up, using all of those Dead Go Boom leftovers there as best as he can. He didn't get all the damage in the world, but it was enough to keep the intimidation high, and that's exactly what I like to see. That's the effort I love to see coming out here. Hitting nice shots once again. Sensoyo is just not letting up. I believe that says elimination streak 10, and he doesn't let up. Oh, well, and the caster curse has begun. I shouldn't have said a word.
You ruined it for Sensoyo. That was going to be in his montage. He was going to have like a really crazy moment, and you just ruined it for him. So I hope you feel good about yourself, V. It is your fault.
Oh, it's so over. Oh, it's a horrible day.
Well, at least he's playing the world's greatest virtual game show, so he's still having a little bit of fun. Meanwhile, though, let's lock in here. It's down to the final few moments. A minute 30 on the regulation clock with 30 seconds of overtime just about. And the Kingfish, I mean, they're just beaming ahead. We have our friend the Lion getting some decent headshots on the rooftop right now. They do have to take a little bit of cover, though, as the Boundless were firing back. But, I mean, they're firmly in control of this vault currently. The live wire's brought down to just 2 players as well. Things are looking fantastic for them overall, the Kingfish. I mean, I don't really know if there's really any team that can compete against them, especially with that beautiful Winch anti-grav cube combo we're seeing right now out of the Turtle. He has come out of his shell to play, and he is here for war. I love to see that out of him.
Absolutely, me as well. And, you know, I may be wrong about some things, but I guess at least I'm right about the wrong things, because the rich really are continuing to get richer. I mean, the money disparity is just absolutely ginormous. And once again, the big splash. Get that final plug. A minute and a half left. That cash out is cut 30 seconds short because they plugged it so late into the round. And the stagger is actually pretty massive. And so really, if the Kingfish wanted, they could push their way on over towards this cash out and either cause carnage or get that steal attempt on through themselves. But it'll remain to be seen. There's about a minute and 10 on the clock here as it slowly primes away. It looks like we've got almost a Kazo level loadout here from Chrome, setting up that point with fire and explosives and everything in between. Lots of bullets coming through from Lion, just defending a point as it is slowly coming away here. Just a couple seconds left on this cash out to defend. It's nice and out in the open. There's an anti-grav cube to spare. He does get taken down, but I'm not sure. That actually might be enough because there's no one else left to defend it. That was some nice shots from Ray Ray. There's the exit gate, but there's no one there to stop. There might be enough time from Whale, but I don't think Whale is there, and Whale doesn't have an RPG. Actually, Whale's on the same team. I'm kind of going crazy here, but I digress. 20 seconds on the clock, Beaver. Finish us out.
Oh my goodness, the last 20 seconds, the stall attempt is coming in there. RPGs, C4s deployed, the LH1 shots raining out. The box is on fire as well, but the steal attempt, they are able to get them off. The live wire is completely wiped. And the big splash, they're making one final tsunami here in the arena, walking away with their last cash out, and that puts them firm in first place. Excellent work. I mean, Sansoyo's only game of the night as well. Look at how they performed. I mean, GG's in general to these teams. Crazy, crazy compositions, crazy plays overall. But my goodness, Sansoyo with 14 eliminations, only one death caused by UV. How do you feel about that?
I am so sad right now. Sansoyo, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have let the game speak for itself. But, you know, sometimes you just have to learn the hard way that your actions and your words have real consequences. And then sometimes you just don't know what you're talking about. Me over here yelling about Whale trying to stop a cash out steal from their own teammate. I'm just going crazy. I think I'm just distraught from ruining Sansoyo's game. I don't know how I'm ever going to make it up to him. I don't know what I can do about it. Beaver, this is horrible. But what isn't horrible were these games. These games were absolutely phenomenal. They were absolutely fantastic. They were slam-packed with excitement, fun, wordplay, everything under the sun. That was awesome.
Yeah, this was a great night. I honestly loved casting tonight. I'm so glad we did this on stream together. You were an absolute treat to cast with. I loved all of our little buttons, especially in that Sister Rising game. We were on one in that Sister Rising. I'm going to be honest.
We were cooking.
Yes.
On that one.
We were cooking, but all good things must come to an end, sadly, V. That is, of course, our last game of the evening. So I want to thank everybody for showing up who played tonight, especially for our more wacky matches. I know we tortured some of you. Some of you were not exactly happy with your performances in that match. That's okay. At least you did not play Kyoto. That's what you can go home knowing you felt, you know, like you got through that. Anything else to say, V, really? Any final comments?
No Kyoto, no problem. That's all I've got. Thank you so much for having me on board. I had a blast. We really were cooking up, especially on that Sis Horizon game. It was just so much fun. Thank you all once again to those of the players who showed up and gave it their all, even if you were using weapons that you hated to death in some of those forced loadouts. Thank you once again. It was so much fun. Yeah, thanks for having me, Beaver.
100%. V, thank you for joining. Guys, before I dip out, of course, I want to remind you all, I'm Big Bad Beaver. If you don't know me, I'm a full-time content creator. I'm an Embark partner. I stream Monday through Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. You can follow me on Twitch at Big Bad Beaver. I had so much fun casting for Ape Squad, guys. If you're from my channel, definitely go check out Ape Squad. They run events all the time. They're always doing customs every weekend in the finals. So if you enjoy that sort of stuff, feel free. But, I mean, that's going to do it for tonight's entertainment, guys. So shout out all of you for coming. Thank you for being here. Shout out V, of course, as well. And have a good rest of your nights.
Hitting the raid right now. All right, should have gone through.
It did.
Looks like it went through. Stopping now. Yo, that stream was so fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That was a great
The
time.
puns were crazy.
Dude, that was so epic, dude. The wordplay was just unreal.
It was really good.